it's autofocus. I really did think it was. I really did think it was us. I was like, why is your camera say us?
This is the Canon edition.
One S.
Well, this can't go in, can it?
Why not?
Because we're family friendly. Look at us.
Bleep stuff.
Bleep.
You didn't tell me that we had to be family friendly before we recorded the last one. I mean, I don't know.
Broadens the audience. Get an audience full of broads. I'm
not used to being family friendly.
No, I think you're friendly. To my family. So we're on the Rappahannock River. That's the Rappahannock, right?
Rappahannock.
I said Rappahannock. We're on the Rappahannock River. And on the Rappahannock River is where we went today.
Gari Melchers Belmont.
We've been getting that wrong, I think, because I find it weird. Like, I think it's weird saying Gari Melchers is Belmont.
Because, yeah, his last name was Melchers.
Like, who presents a house?
So it should actually be Melchers's.
So I've been screwing it up. Like, Adolf Hitler's.
No! No, that one's not funny.
That was not good.
George Stephanopoulos' Tara.
There we go. Pretend I said that instead of Adolf Hitler's Flophouse.
What?
Oh, we're not supposed to say Adolf Hitler.
Is this the right pose? Is that a shoe shiner? Look! Go get your shine box, Tommy. So this is Gari Melchers Belmont, where Gari Melcher and his wife Corinne resided from 1916, I guess until technically Corinne passed away in 1955, but Gari Melcher passed away in 1932. But when his widow passed away, she bequeathed it to the state. And now...
Bequeathed.
and it is a National Historic Landmark. And everybody gets to come and enjoy it. The inside is a museum.
Oh, like the Addams Family.
What?
The inside's a museum. It's not even a lyric.
I didn't think so. And the outdoors are these beautiful grounds that we've been touring. So what else? What should I tell everybody? What does everybody want to know about Jerry Ryan's wild ride? In celebration of her marriage to Barry Wade Holliday, July 13th, 2013. Is that a relative of yours?
Yeah, I think it was married to my great aunt, Billie Holiday.
I meant the Wade part.
I guess that it was my great aunt, Billie Holiday Wade. All of this is true.
But maybe he took her name.
Where'd you take it? It was all off camera.
This is just a plaque telling you that this was Gari Melcher's home and studio, Belmont. But it was presented by the National Society of Colonial Dames.
Yeah. Classy.
All of this stonework came from a mansion that was being torn down, and Gari Melcher purchased it, I'm sure, at some kind of an amazing deal. Where their ashes are.
So this is where their ashes are?
Yeah, their ashes are interred right behind this plaque.
Here you go, dead people, right there.
So this whole thing's a cemetery?
No.
I'm just quoting you. What are you doing? What's in there?
It's just pretty. It's a pretty window and it makes for a pretty shot.
Okay. that is the maid who modeled for the picture. What I'm saying is I've never seen a portrait before where Mary and Joseph look haggard and exhausted. And maybe there are others out there, but they rode on the back of a donkey for who knows how long and had to go give birth out in the stable. And she's got no drugs, no help, no family around her. Been up all night. And
I've never seen a depiction of the birth without the usual.
Did you not realize it was the Holy Family?
I didn't realize it until.
Yeah. I said I pointed out something about art that you didn't even notice.
Oh please! I don't know a lot about art.
You know a lot more than I do.
It's weird. So this is the Nativity, circa 1891. It's an oil on canvas, and like you were saying, in the place of traditional manger iconography, such as adoring angels, shepherds, and oxen, Melchers utilized mood, creating color and an aura of light about the infant's head to convey a sense of the supernatural. Crazy about this place is there's like little small just like the way everything's framed and set up, like there's just it all kind of like flows into each other. It's really pretty.
It's gorgeous. There's a big cedar tree behind you. You smell it?
Smells like victory. No, it smells like cedar.
They said that was the caretaker's house. That's now across the street. I don't know if that's part of the tour that we're allowed to go on. I don't see why not.
Let's just go in that dude's house. Hey, what's up? Here for the tour. Got any frosted mini wheat? That's what you asked for. You just say, hey, got any frosted? Okay, maybe I'm not allowed in people's houses very often as a guest.
See, the cross hath been discovered AD 1608.
Yep. Captain John Smith, to the cross be discovered.
No, to the cross hath been. And it's not B-E-N. B-E-E-N.
B-A-N.
Bin.
Bin.
So the cross bin, like there was a bin of crosses.
Okay, well this is where they kept the crosses.
It's a half, no, it's a half bin. There's a half bin discovered. AD 1608. But I don't believe that this mark was placed here in 1608.
Not by Captain John Smith.
That's for sure.
That Pocahontas poking mother. I didn't know you were going to say the word bequeath.
Corinne Melchers bequeathed the estate to the state after Gary died in 1932. I have no idea what kind of tree that is. Might be a crepe myrtle. It's not. Crepe myrtle's blue in August.
I think it's interesting because I knew absolutely nothing about Gari Melchers. I'd never heard of Gari Melchers before this. And I was really surprised to find out that he was like a pretty successful and affluent portraitist or portraiter.
Portrait painter.
He painted portraits. I knew nothing about him. Some of his work is crazy good.
Yeah.
Is that respectful enough to Gari Melchers?
Sure.
I don't know if you.
If it's crazy good by 2018 standards.
Well, I saw.
And the fact that he was successful in his lifetime. That's
true.
I think that's the important part. Was there were very few artists who saw success in their lifetime, in their own lifetime.
Yeah, but
he did.
The tour guide said that he saw success in his entire life. He was always successful.
One of the plaques in the studio said that he would get $200 to $500 for a portrait which would be like $25,000 to $50,000 by today's standards.
But he bought this place for like $12.
$12,000.
$12,000. It's about the same, right?
He bought it in $12,000 in 1916, and they said at the time it was in a state of somewhat disrepair.
Unlike now, which is repaired.
Well,
the inside was, they said that they left the inside pretty much almost completely how they had it. Yeah. So all of their furnishings and like their actual portraits that they collected, their paintings that they collected, things like that, the art, it's all
even
like
some of their own personal effects. Gary Melchers Gary Melchers
I think this dude just had a label maker and he just put Gary Melcher on everything.
No, but his glasses were
Gary Melcher's glasses.
Yeah.
We saw Gary Melcher's chair.
And his shaving kit.
Gary Melcher's shaving kit.
Yeah. But I was really excited to talk about Jerry Ryan's bellhop.
Gary Melcher's Melchin House.
Munchausen by proxies.
Proxy. George Costanza's Flophouse.
Jerry Lewis's Cabana.
Seabiscuit's Belmont Steaks.
Jerry Subs and Pizza. What's this hole for?
Probably not for what you're doing. In
Yeah,
fact, you know, I'm uncomfortable. It's too tight. You know what? Tour start.
So if you come to tour Gary Melchers Belmont, this is where the tour will begin, on this porch here. But actually the opposite side of the house was the entrance that the Melchers used when they lived here. But we learned all kinds of really cool stuff from touring the home. Can I say something I didn't like about it?
Yeah.
So I love that it's a snapshot of their life and that everything has been perfectly preserved and maintained. But it was difficult. Maybe if we were on a smaller tour, it would have been different. It was really difficult to go in and look at each room because they have only a small section of each room you're allowed to stand in behind ropes so that you don't touch anything and disturb it. So but it made it hard for a large group of people to tour it. And then the tour group wasn't that large.
Wasn't that large, no.
There were like 6 of us.
But then again, I mean, it's a house. It's somebody's house. So, like, the rooms weren't that... I mean, what are they going to do? Let you get in and touch it? Because everything was still kind of furnished. So.
I mean, don't let us touch it. Just maybe have a limit to how many people on the tour. Because if it was many more than what we had...
Yeah.
Anything else to add, Matt?
Poop.
So initially this was a well house. It housed the well where the residents would get their water. And the well was originally put here in 1860 by the first homeowner. Joseph Ficklin was the patriarch of that family. The Ficklins are the ones that sold it to the Melchers in 1916. So when Corinne and Gary Melcher moved in here in 1916, something went bad with the well. They had to build a new one, and then they didn't really need this house anymore because that was kind of antiquated at the time. But it was used then as a spring house. So what the spring house did was it kept cool. There was a cool natural spring that came in from underground, and the water was very cool. So it was used kind of as a refrigeration device before they had indoor electricity and refrigeration. And it says that the subterranean pool kept milk, cheese, and other perishables fresh during the summer. In the winter, it stayed relatively free of frost, so it might have been used to store potatoes, carrots, and other foods. The woodland springs were the only source of water until the 1950s, when Belmont was connected to the Stafford County water supply line.
And it turns out when it says it keeps away Frost, kept away Robert Frost. These dudes, they hated Robert Frost.
I thought you were going to say it kept away David Frost.
What about Mr. Freeze?
Yeah, nobody likes Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, look at the prom kids getting their pictures taken. John Smith was a known liar and embellisher, that his journals were just full of hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Yeah. That. And just inaccurate accounts of everything.
Yeah. I heard that his Blockbuster account was fake.
Blockbuster?
Oh, what a feeling. Captain John's Blockbuster video. He owned one. That was in one of his journals. You know what?
I don't know.
I don't think any of that's real.
I don't know if that
it.
went over my head or if it wasn't actually a bit that was working. I'm not sure what was happening. Lost me.
Bomb! So, I mean, what do you think?
I think the sun's in my eyes again.
Son of a... What do you think?
I think this is a great... Sorry, I just got distracted by that girl in her prom dress. She looks really pretty. Like, what? I'm not like that.
So, what do you think?
I think that Gari Melchers Belmont is a great tourist destination. Or
Yeah.
not even tourist destination. Anybody that lives
If you're looking
in the
for
nearby
something
area.
that's not like... that you haven't done, you know, it's historical, but it's not a battlefield, that's cool.
Yeah, well, no, it's a great. His studio is beautiful. The art in that studio is fantastic. I'm still thinking about the nativity portrait.
The nativity portrait that we
Yes, I
saw
think
was
that was
the
my
best
favorite.
thing that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're not even religious.
No.
Oh my God, you're right. She is amazing.
You are not allowed to check out.
Vlog over.
You're not allowed to check out high school girls.
Oh no, I'm going to jail. She did it last week. Now it's me. We'll see you guys next week.